What's up, y'all? It's your baby boomer Kitty Lane from the peninsula in Virginia. And welcome to Create and Relate. First of all, I want to send shouts out to my subscribers, old and new. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I surpassed my goal for May. Looking to shoot it up even higher in June. I'm coming to you all with my very first yarn haul. Super excited. I am super excited because this is something I've never really shared a yarn haul with anybody because I don't really have anybody to share it with. But now that I have my crochet family, I can do it because I'm excited. Y'all, I don't know whether to be upset or feel like the little kid in the corner or why didn't y'all tell me? Oh, I mean, I know not only did I see it and fall in love, I touched it. I put my hands on it and my arm because I almost dropped it and I had the cow. I was like, you know what? This is love in a bundle. Yes. So I think I told you all that I was making scarves for the women in my immediate family for our family reunion. I did want to make them all the same color, just using different styles. Um, but for some reason, family reunion month after next, they haven't come up with a color yet, a color scheme yet. So I didn't get but one. I only got one. I only got one. This one is going to be for my granddaughter. She's 8 years old. And yeah, even though she's tall, she's still a little frail. But yes. This is love in a bundle. Love in a bundle right here. So she gets her shawl out of this. Because I love my little beige booger. She has a blanket with her name on it. She loves rainbows, so she has a rainbow blanket. And she getting ready to have a rainbow scarf. And I made her a dress. I don't know if I shared that with you all or not. But I made her like a spaghetti strap dress, which I want her to wear to the family reunion. And the reason I'm making everybody shawls, I'm not really big on shawls, but I'm going to make myself one because I wanted us to look multicolored uniform. Like I said, what I was going to do is make them all the same family color, but different styles. And being that they didn't have the colors, I decided to just pick color schemes for everybody. So you see my granddaughters. It was so nice I had to do it twice. So I got this for my baby girl. Whew, y'all. I got these yesterday from Walmart. Yes, yes. My baby loves blue. Blue is her color. So the yarn, the pattern that I think I'm going to go with is also the first one that I made. I'll show you that a little later. But the first one that I made is by Crystal of Bagaday. And I saw another one that she has. She's got hundreds, if not thousands, of tutorials. And y'all, I'm just saying, look at that. So today, and we're going to have to keep this on the hush, because if my girls find out, y'all got a room and a half for a sister. My baby girl find out that I went on a yarn spree, she gonna hurt. No, she's not. Seriously. But I might have to come stay a week for her to cool down. So today, being that Crystal said it took 3 of these to make the shawl that I want to make for my daughter, I went to Dollar Tree, y'all. And the first one I came up with classic blue. The second one, ooh, okay, nobody else saw me trying to read these. I don't know why they don't put colors on these. I mean, we can assume colors, but everybody has a different name for the colors. So I would say kind of a baby blue. And one that's a little off. And honestly, they go with this perfectly. They match. Then there's one that's a little off that I would use to accent. But they all go so well together. They look good together. They look real good. And my baby's going to look good in her blue. So also yesterday when I went to Walmart, something I kind of stopped using when I was first introduced to the mainstay yarn, I loved it. But I was making a blanket for the slam team, and slam team poetry, the poetry slam team, and I got like halfway through, and I do a lot of graph cans. I love doing graph cans. I really do. And this one had a lot of writing on it. They're called the verb benders. And it's a certain signature that they have. It's like the V with the B on the back side of the V and the microphone in the middle. And they're from V35, Venue 35 on 35th Street. So I got this blanket like 80% of the way done, and everything that I had tied off had started becoming unraveled. And it wasn't necessarily because everything was cut too close, because I'll tie off and still leave tails to weave. But they all just started coming loose. And I got real frustrated with that. Really frustrated with that. So I stopped using it for a while, but I went back to it when I saw it yesterday. This is going to be the third shawl. It's going to be blended with white, because you can see the white in here. Yes, this one is going to be for my aunt, because she is AKA, and their colors are pink and green. So yes, that one's going to be for my aunt. And let's see, we have my granddaughter, her mother, my youngest daughter, my aunt, there's one more we're going to try to convince her to wear a shawl. If we do convince her, hers is going to be orange and yellow, or different shades of green. Depends on what she's in the mood for. We'll figure it out. So, I have worn my favorite color doing one of these videos. And if you've ever seen my hands flit around, you'll see my favorite color. Yes, it is purple. I love purple. I have loved purple my whole life. So, today, I had to go get the annual. Yes. And on the way back is when I stopped at Dollar General to get the yarn to accent my daughter's set, I'll call it. And I went across the street to Michael's to see what they had. Michael's had a lot of Everybody talks about it a lot, and I think it's replacing Karen. Um, I know loops is in it. Forgive me. I spent all day feeling the difference. That's something else I had never really done. I started out red heart, number 4 weight worsted yarn, and I stuck with that until my babysitter bought me a ball of twine. I mean, a serious ball of tie stuff down twine from the hardware store. And I worked with that and realized that I don't like the really, really, really small stuff. I will work with it if somebody needs something, but I'm not a fan. I got fat fingers that go along with the rest of me. And all that little bitty stuff is a little too tedious for your girl. So, when I switched from red heart, trying to think, I think I went with just kind of anything, because people started giving me yarn when I was in college at the age of 17. I would get bags and bags and bags of yarn from people as recently as last year, when my next door neighbor gave me 2 laundry baskets, 2 boxes, and 2 garbage bags full of yarn. That's why my kids fuss so much when they're like, Mama, all that yarn. I'm like, nothing in there matches. And then 3 months before she gave me that, my daughter took me to a friend of ours' house who was actually selling totes of yarn, and we got 3 of the huge, like 65-gallon totes, 2 of those, and 1 of the slightly smaller ones full of yarn. That's how I made my, as a matter of fact, it was a little longer than that, because that's how I made my I Love Me blanket. I used the yarn that was in there. So it was all different brands, all different sizes, all different textures. None of them had labels on them, so I never knew what I was working with. But not going in a store purposely shopping for a particular yarn, and hearing you all talk about yarns so much, I love each and every one of you, and those of you who can work with wool, I'm so happy for you. That is the coarsest, oh my goodness, my fingers felt like have y'all seen The Wiz, where the witch just shrivels up when she touches water? That's what I felt like when I touched that wool. And I mean, I tried different variations of it, and nothing was pleasing to my touch. But of course, here again, if I got to put on latex gloves or rubber gloves and do what I got to do for a patron, I'll do it, But it had me itching when I left it, and I don't know. I started to say I'm not allergic to yarn, but I just found out a couple of years ago I'm allergic to everything. All trees, all grass, all weed, dust mites, dogs, cats, walnuts, almonds, peanuts, corn, soy, wheat. I'm like, can I eat bread? What is going on? Processed foods. Y'all, I'm allergic to epoxy resin. Epoxy resin is in everything. Everything that has a coat or cover on it, epoxy resin. It's in our fabrics. It's in our paint. It's on our countertops. It's on our tub surface. All our porcelain surfaces. It is everywhere. On packaging. It's everywhere. I'm allergic. Yep. So, I don't know if I'm allergic to the wool or not. I can tell you this. It was about 9 o'clock this morning when I went to Michael's and touched the wool, and it is now 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm still itching. All of me is itching. So, yeah, it might be a little bit of allergy thing going on there. So, let's get to the good part. On the way to get this done, I rode by Joann's. That's what inspired me to stop at all these other places, because I saw a sign in the window that had yarn in these crepes and it said $2.99. And if you know Joann's, anything that says 99 cents, $1.99 or $2.99 and it's attached to yarn, you need to go get it. You need to go get it. Trust. And I had only used Big Twist maybe once or twice before. I got a different kind of Big Twist. The first time I got it, I didn't pay attention to what I was getting. And I was trying to make some golf club covers. And it was more like a, I don't know, but it was real stringy. It was horribly stringy. So I said I didn't want to touch Big Twist until I went in there today on $2.99. Aqua, teal, baby pink, and this should say sunshine yellow. I mean, it says varsity yellow, but this is like sunshine. Sunshine and a skein. It's like bright yellow, like old super bright yellow. So when I picked the colors out, initially I picked these three. Ouch. Forgive me, I'm having problems with my wrist. I guess I've been crocheting a little too much. Is it gonna stop me? No. So I picked these three. You know how you go around to somebody who's shopping and you ask them, you like these colors together? You think they look good? Well, how about this? Do you think this goes with it? So pretty soon you got the whole store telling you, yeah, they look good. I'm like, yeah, okay. Y'all just trying to boost me up because you want me to spend money. That's what that is. And of course I spend money. Yo. So like I said, my favorite color and the set that I am going to make myself. Ta-da! Call me Purple Lady. And of course it's going to be mixed with, and I normally don't like to mix brands when I do stuff, but they go so well together. I'm going to be using the Karen 1 Pound Lilac to go with it. And I'm also going to be using the Karen 1 Pound Soft White. So that is what I have. I really want to show you all my finished shawl that I made. So hold on for me, okay? Y'all, this is the Shells shawl by Crystal, the Bag a Day. It is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely amazing. And whereas she did hers with the number 3 yarn, I did mine with the 4 worsted. It's huge. You can wear it as a sarong if you want to. But what I'm making for everybody to go with their shawls, even though this is inspired by Crystal, this is all me. I had to put some shells in it so that it would match the pattern. But it's just a little bag. Our family reunion, they always giving us stuff. I mean, they always giving us little pamphlets and all kinds of pins and knickknacks and whatnot. So everybody's going to have a bag that matches their shawl. All I have to do is add the strap. I'm not going to close it. I was going to make it so it would close. But being that that's the purpose I'm giving it for, that's what they're getting, y'all. And there's one more thing I wanted to show you. And this, I'm bringing it out because I heard Lisa talking about it. Hold tight. I'll be right back. Now, this was the first water bottle carrier that I made 2 years ago. My daughter will give me ideas. And she said, Mom, make it so that, because a lot of people wear the fanny pack still or they want to hang it on, make it so they can hang it on that and the strap is not so long. So I did, with the button. But my daughter, my daughter's unique. She's the cook of the family. She does a lot of baking as well. And if you go to my face page, Kitty Lane, you'll see posted She sells cobblers, peach, apple, and pear. And she puts her baking utensils in here and hangs it on the cookware drawer so that people are not doing what I just did. Putting their hands all over them. Yeah, she bless her heart. She is just a little bit she got a little yeah, she's got a little phobia going on. When you walk in the house, you have to wash your hands, which none of it bothers me. But you can't go in her kitchen without your hands being washed. You could have just come out of the bathroom's hands dripping wet, going to the kitchen for a paper towel. Wash your hands. She has to see you wash your hands before you come in her kitchen. Yeah, she's truly a germophobic. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just like me and my OCD, where I have to start a project 5 times for it to be right. So I can't knock what somebody else has or does when I got my own things going on. Each and every one of you that sent love and light during our moments, we're not in the clear, but we are so much better off than we were. For those who don't know, I suffered a mild heart attack May 20th. I went in for a colonoscopy. I have been having issues with my stomach. I will eat and food stops right here. And it causes pain throughout my chest, in my jaws, in my neck, in my back, my shoulders. It's just painful. And usually the only thing that takes it away is sleep. If I could find one comfortable position and just go to sleep, usually the pain will subside in about an hour, half an hour to an hour. Can't really take anything for it. But it feels an awful lot like a heart attack. And that's why we did the colonoscopy. I have an endoscopy coming up, and some more tests I do. But today was the annual Girls' Day, so we went and got that done today. But when I had the colonoscopy done, when I came out, I was very nauseous, and it got to the point that it went beyond just being nauseous. And the doctor came in the room to tell me everything that had been done, and my daughter stopped him mid-sentence, and she's like, "Hey, are you looking at my mom? She's changing colors. That's not right." And my mom doesn't do that. You know, that's just not normal for her. So when that happened, something's wrong. And bless his heart, he stood there like a deer in headlights for a second. I mean, I remember all of it. You know, I wasn't out or anything. I was just in a lot of pain. And the nurse, bless her heart, was the one who ran and got the EKG machine. And then they drew blood, and my troponins were at 56, I believe it was, when it first started out, and then they did it 3 hours later, and it was at 72. And of course they wanted to admit me, but the doctor agreed that if I walked around and felt okay, they would let me go home, because I went straight from the colonoscopy recovery to the emergency room. And the emergency room doctor was like, "Okay, well, I'll let you go home, but you got to promise me, if anything changes or you feel worse, you'll come back." Later on that night, my hips, y'all, my hips hurt so bad, I felt like my pelvis was separating, preparing for the birth of a baby all at one time. Not over a 9-month period, more like in a 9-second period. And I could not get comfortable. I couldn't sit up, stand up, sit down, lay down, nothing. Nothing I did was comfortable. Everything was painful. And I told my daughter I needed to go back, and they told me that I was actually having a heart attack. So we got everything, and I'm here, and everything is everything, and everything is lovely, and we're going to be fine. We're not totally in the clear, but due to recent actions I've been forced to sit back and look at myself, and I have become a lot of a recluse. I used to go outside every day, sit and soak up the sun for at least an hour in the morning and at least an hour in the evenings. And there are times now that I don't even go outside anymore. And it's from when I separate myself and look at myself from the outside, I see why my girls are concerned. But living in it, all you know is that you're going through something. You don't necessarily see how you're changing yourself, but you know that something's not right. You know, mine was stress. Mine is stress. And it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm sorry. I have to shout out Cinnamon also. Baby girl, I love, love, love your hair. Please don't ever change the color. I absolutely love it. I did recently find, I think it's called Hooked by Robin, or Hooked on Robin, Hooked by Robin, I think it is. And of course, I told you about Crystal Bag a Day. Being that my baby girl loves blue, and that's the only thing that I could come up with for her, I knew that I needed something. She's anemic also, so I needed something that was going to be kind of thick, but not too thick. And even though I went with, I know this yarn says it's 4 weight, but it feels more like a 3. The mandala ombre, it feels more like a 3. It really does. It's kind of on the thin side, y'all. But there is another pattern by Crystal that inspired me, and I think I'm just going to do the pattern. Actually, I really do. I think I'm just going to do that for my baby girl. And then the one for my aunt. My aunt recently got a white and a black virus shawl from me. So I didn't want to do another virus shawl. I think in the past I probably made her a pink and green virus shawl. Probably because when I first started learning to make them, I loved them so much that my aunt got one, my mom got one, who else? Because I was just making them and then throwing them at people. My sister, when I finally found out I had siblings, which was 7 years ago, when I first met my sister, I gave her a green one. Yeah, I was just making them and giving them away, y'all. I made a virus poncho. Yeah, the blanket, the I Love Me blanket, that's a virus blanket. It was something about that virus thing was just like so awesome. Oh my God, it was beautiful, and it still is. I look at it and it's amazing. But I don't want to do another one of those for my aunt, so I'll probably keep scrolling or keep playing around. The one I'm making for my baby girl, I got that one figured out today when I was at the doctor's office. I was sitting there piddling with it while I was waiting to be seen, and I think I came up with something. So I know that she gets cold, but I know she likes to run and play. And even though it's supposed to be hot the first weekend in August, there's still the hotel room. And basically, my youngest daughter and my grandkids will be in that room with me, so it'll be a cross between, it'll basically be me baking. Because I don't want to make them cold. I don't. And then when we get to the Aquaplex, where we actually have the family reunion, of course it's, please forgive me. Of course the swimming pool is downstairs. So everything upstairs, even though it's upstairs, it's like cold, cold. I even get a little chilly. That's why I'm considering making a shawl for myself as well. But there's another one that I want to make, which would be possibly number 7, because I want to donate one to the family. We always play bingo on Saturdays, and the prizes that they give away are things that family members donate. So I wanted to do a shawl also to be donated. So yeah, your girl is gonna be busy. So I think I did well. My daughter just walked in. I don't think she noticed. Forgive me. How you doing?
You know I'm there outside.
I know.
Because I'm cold.
Okay. I love you. Grandson. I get all the love. But yeah, like I said, to everybody who has subscribed, thank you so much. Please share it. Please, please, please share it, share it, share it. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there. I just want to get to the point where we don't have to worry from day to day. I'm not trying to make a mint, not trying to outshine anybody. I just want to be okay. I want to do my part. I'm on disability, so I'm kind of limited to what I can do, and this is a way that I can contribute. So that's why I'm here. But I wanted to share that with you. I was proud of myself. I think I'm super excited, because when I come in with yarn and I tell my girls, look what I got, the first thing I get from them is, Mom, more yarn. Are you serious? But now I can almost feel you all smiling, and I haven't even downloaded the video yet. This is so fantastic. So I feel that you're excited right along with me. But yeah, it's a good day. It's a good week. It's all gonna be one more, y'all. Forgive me. Hey.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Did you went to the doctor?
I did. I'm good.
Oh, yeah. That's quick?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Just want to make sure.
Oh, that was the granddaughter. She tall, but she's slim. Yeah, both of them are tall. Both of them are tall. That's 8 years old and 6 years old, y'all. And they're both over 4 feet tall. I mean, their mama's 5'9" and their dad is 6 feet. I get that, but these babies. Yeah, but I'm proud of myself for finishing that shawl. And like I said, the only thing I have to do to the back, I even wove in my ends, y'all. Go ahead. Go ahead. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Woo! Yes. But yes, I wove in my ends. I finished the bag part last night. The only thing I have to do is the straps and the shawl. As soon as I finished it, I only had one end to weave in, and that was the finishing end, and I did that right away. And I was just so proud. I'm like, this is done, y'all. And other reason for the bags is because when I present them to everybody, I'm presenting them in the bags. So when they decide they want to put their sets up, everybody can fold their shawl and put it in a bag. What? Look at you. You better do it, girlfriend. Yes. I am just having super fun today. I really, really am. And I hope each and every one of you are having just as much fun as I'm having. Because I'm having a ball. I'm just so tickled. I look over here at this yarn and I'm like, yes, Kitty. You better get a girl. You better get a girl. Yeah, but I'm excited. But I will talk to you all very, very, very soon. Always keep in your minds that the love that you have is not always just there for you. The love that you have is not always there for someone else. Love yourself. Love others. But you can't love others until you love yourself first. I am all about love. I am all about love, peace, and light. That's what we have. That's free. You can give that away. You don't have to give your heart. You don't have to give the last pennies. You don't have to run the gas out of your car. I mean, they give love so many names. Tough love, romantic love, parental love, sibling love. I mean, love is under neutral love. Love. Let the nonsense go. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Trust me. It is not worth it. And for everybody out there who's in the same situation I'm in or close to it, being disabled, sweethearts, babies, loves, when you go to the doctor, make them hear you. Make them hear you. You are nobody's test subject. You are nobody's lab rat. Big Pharma pads their pockets to try new medications. It's been found out too many times. And then when these medications come back, you see them just like everybody else sees them. You know, for everybody who's taking such a drug, they some kind of lawsuit, call and sign up, and they got thousands and thousands and thousands of people who this medication has been. Case in point, went to my doctor when she first became my doctor a couple of years ago, and she put me on a statin. 3 months later, I went to the emergency room because I could not feel my entire left side. So when I was released from the emergency room, because I essentially had to stop taking the medication and let it wear off, he gave me a list of people who should not take the medication. The first thing on the list said, if you're a woman. I'm pretty sure she saw all this lusciousness when I walked in that office. I'm sure she did. These girls don't hide. The second thing said, if you take blood pressure medication. Atenolol, furosemide, even though this is a diuretic, it's to help control the blood pressure. It also said, if you have a heart condition, it's called hypertrophic obstructive cardiomyopathy. Diagnosed in 2014, have a pacemaker defibrillator because of it. Just the fact that I have a pacemaker alone tells you there is something going on with the heart. Something that keeps the ticking. So I looked at those things and I'm like, oh my goodness. I fit the top 3 on this list of like 17 items. Then there was the weight issue. If you're morbidly overweight, I'm 2 people. I guess that doesn't fall under morbidity. I guess it doesn't. You know, and I'm looking at this list and I'm like, did she even look at this list? So I told myself the next time I go, I'm taking her the list. And I did. And she looked at it, and the way she sold me on it was that her husband takes it. Mind you, even though my grandmother was Caucasian, it's only a part of me. I see it, baby. It's only a part of me. I'm not 100%. She and her husband are, or very close to it, or whatever. And her husband is a man. And her husband, from my understanding, is not taking blood pressure medicine. But I'm like, all of this, you know, and all I'm saying is, we are the best indicators of what's going on with us. We can tell someone else better than anybody else can what we feeling, what type of reaction certain things are giving us, what's going on that they can't see on all of this technology they got going on. So we have to advocate for ourselves. When I was laying in the hospital bed, hanging over the side of the bed, face over the trash can, I'm trying to tell them with every breath, something's not right. This is not something I do. Something is not right. This hurts. I don't do this, And we have to make them hear us. We have to make them hear us. We're worth being heard. We're worth tomorrows. We're worth tomorrow and all of the tomorrows due after tomorrow. Please, let's stop selling ourselves short. I got a coach outside. I got a horse-drawn coach outside called the Love Mobile. Come take a ride with me. Nothing but love. But we got to start. It took me a long, long, long time. If I tell you all how long it took me to embrace all of me and what it took for me to embrace all of me, I can tell you right quick. In 2019, I lost my mother. Father's Day of 2019. That's why this Father's Day coming up scares me. But I gave up. I don't want to be here. I went so far as to plan everything out. Called a girlfriend of mine and asked her, look, I only want you to listen to what I have to say, and I want you to make me the promise that you will. She said, okay. I said, please make sure that my kids and grandkids are taken care of. Please don't ask me any questions. She promised that she would. The next day came up, January 9th. I left the house, getting ready to go pick up my ride, the person that I used to pick up. As I was stepping in the car, he gave me a call. He used to call me Auntie. He said, Auntie, don't worry about it. I'm already at the hotel. And I said, okay. Stopped and got me something to eat. Went to the hotel. Chilled for a moment because I got there early. Clocked in, carried on the day like it was supposed to go on. Looked at my phone at 4:09 p.m. Message in my DM from somebody, and all he said was hi. And I looked at his pictures, and I was like, my God, this man is gorgeous. Who put him up to this? Who do I know that would put him up to say, this man is absolutely gorgeous. What would he want with me? I asked myself those questions. Because the plan was get off work at 11 o'clock, jump on the highway and drive off the bridge. Where I was going, there's no way anybody could have saved me because the barges are parked there and that was their little highway. Just the barges. So no doubt I'd have been tangled up in something. But 4 hours later, I texted him back and said, how are you? And he engaged me in conversation. And it stopped me from carrying out that act, but I was still very apprehensive, doubtful, self-sabotaging, the whole 9 yards. And very recently, I had to stand up to this individual because we were together for over 4 years and cut him loose. And felt good about doing it. Even though everything was happy, whatever, we 3,000 miles apart. And it's with the strain on all of us. And I realized when I backed away, when I pushed away and I backed away, both at the same time, I am beautiful. I have a beautiful spirit. I have a beautiful soul. I have a very loving nature. And anybody who I choose to be involved with me is going to be a lucky man. And that's if I choose. Not pushing the issue. I'm not. Before I met this guy, I had taken a vow of celibacy 2 years before I met him. So that wasn't even an issue. It's all about getting back what I put out. I can't say it any other way, because I give respect and I give love and I give hope and I try to keep things peaceful. I let people know. I give truth. That's the other thing. Tell me the truth. If you lie to me, that's the quickest way to lose me, because he almost lost me in the very beginning. I mean, he told me he was one person, and then I found out that he was actually a celebrity. Yeah, I pushed a celebrity away. I did. I used to say, yeah, me, I miss nobody. No, I am somebody. And I'm somebody beautiful. And I'm somebody smart. And I'm somebody creative. And I have come to be a wonderful mother. An outstanding grandmother. And I know my kids love me. And I know my grandkids love me. And I know my friends love me. So I just want all of you just know to love you. I love you. And I can feel your love, even though a lot of people have a hard time saying it. I know it. I feel it. So, my crocheting brothers and sisters, let's get out here and make some things work. And Lisa, best wishes to you. Best success to you on your extravaganza this weekend. I know you are going to sell out of everything because you're awesome. You are amazing. So let's get together, y'all, and let's put in that work. What I would like for you all to do for me is please leave me comments. Ask me anything you want to ask me, as long as it's within the safety realm. And if I don't answer you outright, I might even put it in a video. And as I learn more about this thing right here, we're going to do some fancy stuff like everybody else does. And, you know, as I keep getting yarns and finding myself in a position where I can go get yarns, you know, I would love to. Lisa was saying something about a trade thing that they had going on. You just send somebody yarn and they make whatever with it, you know, and honestly, I thought that was beautiful because it's a way to learn to work with other yarns. Also, I would love to be a pattern tester. I normally don't read patterns, and I normally don't follow a lot of. When I first started looking at tutorials, it was for the purpose of going to sleep. Mikey was the first person I listened to give a tutorial, and his voice was so calming and so soothing. I mean, I would look at, honestly, it's shawl. And Crystal, I love you. But when I first looked at it, you got to the second row when you chain one, turn, and chain 5. No, I'm sorry. When you chain 1, turn, and do 3 double crochet. We got that far. I was asleep. And I'm still mixing them up. That's the one for my daughter. The one for that one, yes, it was chain 1. Chain 5, turn your work, and the chain counts as a double crochet. 2 chains, yes. That's the shells one, yes. But when I got to the second row of it, I was knocked out for the count. I was. But I still love the shawl and I still went back. And this is when I woke up. I turned it right back on. Went to work. I sure did. But yeah, I just let us all stay in touch with each other. Cinnamon and Thriss, you're amazing too. And Kiara, love you. But yeah, all of you guys. And I know that there's somebody out there from Virginia. I know that I am not just bumping into people in the stores. And where I live, people are not friendly over here in Hampton. I haven't run into a lot of friendly people over here in Hampton. That's what I should say. I believe there are some out there. But I came from Portsmouth. They give Portsmouth a bad name, but I don't really care for Virginia, y'all. To be honest with you. I'm here because I had babies here and they grew up. And then my mom was still here and she was sick and I was taking care of her. And then I don't feel, I'm not comfortable alone. I'm not comfortable alone. My mind says I can do this, but you know, sometimes I'll do things like leave the iron on the stove or let all the water cook out of the pot. You know, leave a light on overnight. Something, you know, not intentional. You know, turn the shower on, forget I turned it on. Because I'm sitting out here crocheting. Supposed to be waiting for the water to get hot. And of course, 45 minutes later, it's been hot and back home again. But yes. Please, like I said, ask me anything. I wanna mingle. I wanna talk to people, and yeah, let's do this. Shouts out and love to all of you. And I'm gonna find the pattern so that you all can see the patterns by Crystal, so you can see which ones I'm talking about, because they are beautiful. Well, you saw one, but you can see her version. And she said that you could end it with the pointed ends. I was going to end it on the smooth end. I really was. But I was running out of yarn. I knew I wanted to make the bag too, and I wanted to make sure I had enough yarn to make the bag. But if I wanted to go back and do it, I did leave it in a state that I could go back and do that. But yeah. But you guys, like I said, love yourself, and know that I love you. Peace out. See you soon.